Welcome back to the CVU Show. I'm Holden, and it's just me this week. Last week, we saw lift-in mask mandates throughout CVU, allowing students to not wear masks in school. We asked some students what they thought about this change.
So I guess not wearing a mask, it feels pretty good. I'm just glad it's done, and hopefully it doesn't start back up.
I think that's really nice to see everybody's faces. You know, it's been a long time.
I feel like I can be myself, I guess.
It feels really good because we really enjoy seeing everyone's faces and it's so much fun.
I don't know, like, it doesn't feel that different because I didn't really care at first, like wearing a mask or not.
I think it feels really good to not wear masks again. It's been a while, especially going towards the warmer months. It's definitely gonna be nicer.
It feels great. I finally feel like I see everybody and I actually get to know everybody because I'm new here and it just feels like we have more freedom.
Not wearing a mask is pretty good. Feels better. I can talk to people better. It's more airflow, so it's yeah.
I find it freaking-tastic that we don't have to wear masks anymore. Wicked.
Thanks, Colton. It's certainly odd to see everyone's faces again after so long. Now, we go to Frankie with sports.
Hi, welcome to sports. Boys basketball had their semi-finals against Rice Memorial on Sunday and unfortunately lost 34-55. And that's it. It's early March and that means there are no sports going on, which you'd think makes my job easy. We here at the CVU Show have decided to use this time to bring your attention to some things you might not be aware of, including the brand new CVU esports team. Here we have an interview with Rex McCoy about this new sport at CVU. Hi, I'm Frankie and this is Rex McCoy.
Hello.
What sorts of things does the esports team do at CVU?
So, our esports team, basically we have one large team of about 30 students and we have a bunch of different sub-teams. And by that I mean we're playing in an East Coast competition against a bunch of different schools around the country, and we're actually playing games such as we have a Rocket League team, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, we've got League of Legends, and I apologize if I'm forgetting any, but we've got different groups competing at different levels in multiple games. So basically 3 days a week, we've got about 2 or 3 games each, and those individual teams compete on those days only. But yeah, we're having a great time and everyone's learning a lot about team synergy and just really, really growing as gamers.
What inspired the decision to bring esports to CVU?
You know, I actually was not the one to bring it up. Our principal, Adam, actually approached me and asked if I would be interested in being the coach, and my whole life I've loved video games. I started as, a toddler, and so I figured if I could help these kids do something that would have made me so happy and just brought me so much joy and made me grow as a human being in high school, I would do anything I could. So that is why I wanted to be the coach.
Are there any plans for the esports team for the future?
Well, yeah, we're planning on expanding our lab, hopefully getting about 8 gaming computers in there, and it's just going to be a much more professional setup, and we could double that lab. The purpose could double as a streaming lab for Zoom meetings and just broadcasting different meetings out to our community. So that's what we have planned so far.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Frankie.
Thanks, Rex. Coming up, in fact, just after this releases, Mark Pogak will be hosting a dodgeball tournament here at CVU right after school from 3:30 to 7 p.m. Teams must be mixed gender and can only have 6 players. Teams will be competing for the coveted dodgeball trophy, as well as awards such as best costumes and most team sportsmanship. As of right now, we don't know the results of the tournament, but we wish all teams the best of luck. Whether you're dodging balls, leaguing legends, or not doing anything, consider signing up for spring sports. If you're interested in any sports this spring, you can find more information on the CVU Athletics page. That's all from me. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Frankie. Just a reminder that Saturday 12th is the Penguin Plunge. The Penguin Plunge is a charity event where different teams from different schools will plunge into the cold lake to raise money for the Special Olympics. We have an interview with Peter Booth to tell us more about it.
Thank you for doing this interview. So there's been a lot of information floating around about the Penguin Plunge. Can you give us a brief summary of the event?
Sure, yeah. The Plunge event actually started, I think, like 25 or 30 years ago, and 10 years ago, CVU started doing it. And actually, I wasn't the person who started it. It was a paraeducator named Tim Rich, who came to me and said, hey, there's this thing called the Penguin Plunge. I want our kids to do it. Let's make a deal. If the kids raise $15,000, will you shave your head? And I was like, sure, absolutely. Like, the kids are never going to raise $15,000, so that's an easy thing to agree to. Fast forward 4 months later, and we raised $27,000, and I shaved my head during Winter Carnival in front of the whole school. And we've been doing it every year since then, and we've raised, at this point, we've raised close to $400,000 for Special Olympics over our full 10 years. And the event is just literally, you plunge in the water. So we all go down to the waterfront. There's a bunch of teams. Our team is always the biggest team. And you literally strip down your bathing suit, jump in the water, get super cold, and then run out, and you're done. The whole thing takes about 45 seconds.
The Penguin Plunge is a big tradition here at CVU. Can you tell us why CVU chose to be such a major part of this event?
I personally got behind it because I have children who have special needs who do Special Olympics, and it's a really important part of our family's life. And I think the same thing goes for the full community, that we have a lot of students in our building who have special needs, and in a lot of schools, those kids are sort of pushed off to the sides, not literally, but kind of figuratively, and they're sort of like the main population and then sort of those other kids. And the Penguin Plunge and Special Olympics and Unified Basketball and Unified Bocce and Unified Sports and the CV Unified Club, sort of all those things make a really concerted effort to put those kids at the center of our work at different times throughout the year, which I think speaks to the sense of community that a lot of people in our building have really tried to develop over the years.
How close is CVU to its goal this year?
Well, the goal that I set originally when the school year, when the event started several months ago, was $30,000. And about a week and a half ago, we only had $7,000, and there wasn't a lot of energy around it. And so I went onto the school webcast during C3 on a Friday and said, listen, if you guys get to $20,000 and we get 102 plungers, and the 101 is the smallest group we've ever had plunge, so I said 102 plungers to make it not our smallest group ever, and $20,000 cash, then we will, I will shave my head. Going back to the old head shave to motivate the kids. And right now we are just about $23,000, so we've blown past $20,000 and we're still raising a lot of money. And we've only got, I think, 95 kids signed up right now, so we're probably not going to hit the 102 plungers, but it could happen. So we're short of the number of plungers goal, but we have reached the $20,000 goal.
Well, thank you for your time. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Elena. CVU held a blood drive with the American Red Cross this Thursday to help combat the nation's blood shortage. We now go to our field reporter, Frankie, to learn more.
The nation is facing a crisis, the worst blood shortage in over a decade due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Many schools have stopped conducting blood drives due to aspects related to COVID-19. This has caused the number of student donors to drop from 25% of donors in 2019 to just 10% today. This means that some hospitals are only receiving a quarter of the blood that they need. Blood drives like this one are a hopeful sign of a post-pandemic future where hospitals have the blood required to give people the treatment that they need.
What was your experience donating blood?
It was excellent. Yeah, I've been giving blood for a lot of years. I think it's one of the most valuable things that people can do with all the science and miracles and technology that they have in the world today. Blood's not one of them. So if people don't give blood, there is no blood to give for those that need it. So I think everybody should give blood.
Is there anything that you would say to someone watching this who maybe wants to give blood but is afraid of it or has worries about the procedure?
Absolutely. most people in the world don't like needles. So the argument that, oh, I'm scared of needles, most everybody is. But the little bit of inconvenience for the short needle prick that takes, it's a 1 second, a little bit of discomfort. You don't have to watch it. And like I say, for the greater good, for the amount of people in the world that need blood for transfusions and all kinds of medical operations and stuff, that little bit of inconvenience, I think you can overcome your fear of a needle for the greater good of giving blood to help humans.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
What was giving blood like?
It was kind of cool. I don't know, at first there was like a little vibration in the arm, which was kind of fun, but it felt good to like do something, I guess, for once, so yeah.
Did you decide to give blood for any specific reason?
I've always like wanted to like give back, like I guess, and I wasn't able to last year because I was too young, and so yeah, yes, that's kind of my reason, is just because I wanted to. So, yeah.
Do you have anything that you would say to people watching who maybe would like to give blood but are afraid?
It's not that scary. You get free food, and they're all really nice here, and yeah. So
Thank you.
Do it if you want to.
While this blood drive has ended, there are still many ways to give, and I encourage you to do so. Go to redcrossblood.org for more information about giving blood near you. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Frankie. On Saturday 19th, grades 9 through 12 will be able to attend the annual school dance, a formal dance at the Hilton in downtown Burlington. This year, it will be known as the Spring Fling. Tickets are on sale in house offices right now for $20. We hope to see you there. In other news, the Spectrum Sleep Out is being held on Friday, March 25th. This is an annual event held by Spectrum in order to bring awareness to homeless youth all over Vermont. For more information, please tune in next week. And I'm afraid that's all we have time for this week. I'm Holden, and this has been the CVU Show.